going to show you how to complete step 3 for your assignment this week. This is the week of March 30th to April 3rd. So for step 3, you are to create a plan. So you are to brainstorm claims and evidence for one of the prompts from step 2. So the previous videos you watched, it was outlining how to complete step 2 and those discussion posts. So both prompts in step 2, you now get to choose which one you want to complete a brainstorming activity over. Prompt 1 says, explain the importance of working together during difficult times. And prompt 2 says, explain whether you should take care of yourself first during difficult times. Now I'm going to show you 2 different ways for you to accomplish this. You can do this all digital by just going up to your assignment sheet. If it already did not make a copy for yourself, you will know it made yourself a copy whenever it has your name up here, just like this, okay? If it has your first and last name up there in that corner, that means that assignment has created a copy for yourself. If it does not have that, you can go ahead and file, then you can make a copy. And that will go ahead and copy over this assignment sheet, and then you're able to type your step 3 right below this, okay? So you can do your brainstorming on here digitally, whether it's on your computer or your phone, or you can do it on pen and paper like we would if we were in class. So I'm going to end up sharing my screen with you today and show you a couple of different strategies that I am going to do on pen and paper that you can also do with me as well. The prompt I'm going to be working with today is prompt number 1, explain the importance of working together during difficult times. Okay, I am going to show you guys about 4 different brainstorming techniques that you could use to help brainstorm claims and evidence for this step. So right here, you see that I have a piece of paper in front of me. The first strategy we are going to look at is looping, okay? With looping, we've done this one in class, you look at an idea, you write about it, and then you end up continuing to build on that based on what was in the paragraph above, okay? So you're going to start off with a free write, and you want to make sure it's something about the prompt you're dealing with, okay? So our prompt is, why is it important to work together during difficult times? So I could start off my looping free write with maybe a time where I was helpful, or someone else was helpful towards me during a difficult time where we kind of all work together. You're going to set a timer for yourself for about 2 minutes, and then you're just going to write. That's all you're going to do first, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer, and then I'm going to go ahead and begin writing about this prompt up here. Okay, so my timer just went off, and now you're going to look at your free write and see what you wrote about, okay? I ended up writing about the aftermath of 9/11 and how the United States of America really came together and helped out the people of New York and everyone who was affected by 9/11. They all came together and worked together during this difficult time. Now what you do is you end up pulling either an idea or maybe a sentence you have more to say about, okay? You underline or box that in your free write. So I am going to expand on this idea of rebuilding. So then what I'm going to do is then I am going to loop. So I am going to free write for another 2 minutes about this word rebuild. It can be related to me talking about 9/11, or it can be totally unrelated. That's up to you. Again, this strategy is just to help you generate ideas that you could potentially use for your essay. So you'll set a timer for 2 minutes again. Okay, so my timer went off and I ended up using this word rebuild, and I ended up free writing about how Hurricane Harvey hit and the city of Houston had to rebuild itself. And that was made possible by the community and the people of Houston, and how the people of Houston worked together, celebrities, strangers, we were all working together to help rebuild Houston. So this is a great strategy just to get ideas flowing to help you out with your essay. Another strategy I am going to show you is chores. So you can make this on your own on a piece of paper, and so you can just label it like this. We have chores. Chores stands for current events, stands for history, stands for outside knowledge, stands for reading, entertainment, sports. So with chores, this is a great brainstorming activity. So let's say my prompt, okay, about the community coming together, or we have our prompt of why is it important to work together during difficult times? And I'm going to say it's important to work together during difficult times because it takes a community to help rebuild a city. Something along those lines, okay? I could then go to chores, and this is a great way for me to brainstorm pieces of evidence, okay? So you could potentially have a claim, and now you brainstorm evidence. So current events. So this is what is currently going on. So this can be state, or it can be world news. Then you have history. So what has happened in the past? Important events. Then you have outside knowledge. This is your personal connection, okay? Can you personally connect to your prompt or your claim that you're making? Reading, books that you have read outside of school or in school. This can be outside of school, or you can do inside. Think about it. It can be books, it can be magazines, it can be articles, poems, anything like that that you have read. Entertainment, this is TV, movies, music. Then lastly, you have sports. So these can be players, this can be the organization, okay, or this could be the team. So with chores, this is an easy way for you guys to brainstorm pieces of evidence, okay? I'm going to give you 2 more, okay? Hang tight. I know this is a long video. You have 2 more. So we're going to also look at a web. This is another way for you to brainstorm both claims and evidence, okay? So this is for a web, okay? So a web. With a web, you start off with something in the center, okay? This is where you put your prompt. So whatever prompt you end up wanting to write about, I would put it here in the center, okay? So I would end up putting the prompts that I have been working with here in the center. And with a web, it ends up looking like a spider web because everything kind of branches off from it, okay? So with this prompt, you can start branching off from it. You can be thinking of potential claims and reasons to back up your prompt. And you can put those in another little circle. So now we're starting to see that it looks like a web, right? So these would be your claims, okay? So you have your prompt, then you have your claims. So right here you have 4 potential claims you could use to back up this prompt. How many claims go in an essay? 2 claims. So essentially you'll be able to eliminate 2 of these. I'm going to take a different color because then you're going to branch off of each claim and brainstorm a potential piece of evidence from CHORES, okay? So the red is my evidence, okay? So we'll do the same thing here, same thing here. So right here, I have 4 potential claims and 4 potential pieces of evidence that I could use in my essay, okay? And you only need 2 claims and 2 pieces of evidence for your essay. So the web is a great way to help brainstorm both claims and evidence. I know it can get messy at times. I personally like this brainstorming, but that's just me because this is how my brain works. Again, everyone's brain works differently, so a web may not be your best bet, but that's okay. I'm gonna show you one more. And this one is also an easier one. It's an outline, okay? So we kind of went over this before break, but it goes over thesis and then claim evidence justification, okay? So this one is an outline. Okay, outline. So on your piece of paper or computer, you would write T, C, E, J. Then another C, E, J, and then one last T. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and color code this so you guys can see what goes where in an essay. Okay, so you start off with the first T. This first T is your thesis statement. Okay, so my prompt is, why is it important to work together during difficult times? So my thesis statement is going to be, it is important work together during difficult times because blank and blank. So remember, you need 2 claims in every essay. So that's why you have 2 blanks. This first one for claim 1, the second one for claim 2. Okay? I'll go ahead and make this a little bit more clear for you guys. There we go. So everything in blue is going to go with the first body paragraph. Okay? Your C is for your claim number 1. That's your answer to the prompt. Okay? Then you back it up with evidence. This evidence comes from CHORES. And your evidence should back up your claim. Okay? You want to make sure your evidence is specific and detailed. All right? Then you have your justification. So this is where you justify. Okay? And all of this is one body paragraph. Okay? Then you do the same thing for claim 2. Everything in red goes with second body paragraph. Okay? And now you just repeat these steps for claim 2. Lastly, you end up ending your essay with a conclusion, which also restates your thesis. Okay? so that's what this last T is for, thesis